Hello, my name's Claire. I'm the Maternity Voices Partnership Vice Chair. I am currently 29 weeks pregnant and I am going to go over what to pack in your hospital bag. It's a little unusual because this has been filmed during the coronavirus lockdown. So I'm going to be packing a little more sparingly than I might have done with my first baby. So hopefully I can include everything that you'll need, but we're going to try and pack light and keep everything nice and compact. My main aim in this is to try and get everything into this bag. Now, I am someone who likes my stuff, so this is going to be a challenge. The best piece of advice that I've had is if you think you might be in for a longer stay, or if you're worried that you're in for a longer stay, one option is for you to pack extra things, keep them in a bag in your car. Then if you need them, your partner can always, or your birth partner can always bring them in or drop them off at reception and people can bring them up for you. So don't look at what I've packed and think, oh my gosh, I need more than that. You can have an overflow bag. This is just the bare minimum that you would need if you were just in for, let's say, 12 hours during your labour. Well, I say I've packed lightly, but I'm actually looking at that and thinking, that looks like quite a lot of stuff. So first of all, I've packed maternity pads. Maternity pads are really important because you do bleed after you've given birth. As you can see, they're quite thick as well. These are the only ones that I actually could get a few weeks ago. They're quite fancy. They're sort of organic cotton, but you can get them from anywhere, from Boots or a supermarket or any sort of drugstore really. Now, I love a big pant, but these are wonderfully large pants. Now, you're going to want something that's really quite roomy after you've given birth, and if you've had a C-section, you might want to just think about where this waistband comes. So you might want to look at something that's either much higher than that or lower. Now, I've packed in here, I'm a bit of a pants put. I don't like it when my pants get dirty, so I've put 3 pairs in here. But you could probably get away with just a spare pair, or you could get away with 2 spare pairs. If we move over to here, I've packed 2 tops, 1 top here. Both tops are, oh, in fact, I've packed 3 tops. Look at that. 1 top is not a feeding appropriate top, but both of these tops are both breastfeeding appropriate. I've put 1 pair of very loose tracksuit bottoms in here. You could always pack another pair of leggings if you wanted as well. I've also put some slippers here. Slippers are quite a good option because you might be moving from your bed to the toilet or the shower or facilities. Other people swear by flip-flops. So if you are more of a flip-flop person, that is actually absolutely fine as well. Pack flip-flops. Here I've got my TENS machine. I do need to get new pads for my TENS machine as it was a hand-me-on. TENS machines are fantastic in the earlier part of labour as you start to move into active labour. I found my TENS machine for my first child absolutely brilliant. Other people don't find them as good, but if you have one and you want to pack it, it's a perfect thing to pack. Or you might already have it on when you're on your way to the hospital. Phone charger, extremely important. We all need that phone charger in this connected world. Breast pads, they are quite useful for afterwards. Even if you don't intend on breastfeeding, you will leak a little bit, so it's definitely worth having those in there. Now we get to the important bit, the food. Pack a water bottle. That's really important. I'm sorry, this is the only one I've actually got with me. This is my daughter's, so it's tiny, but you can always pack a bigger one. Pack something to eat. Your partner might not necessarily be able to leave, or your birth partner might not be able to leave the delivery room, so it's important that you do pack some snacks and some drinks to keep you going. I've packed a book. If you can manage to read through contractions, well done you, but you never know. I never like to be anywhere without a book, so there's a tablet by here. If you want, you might want to be messaging people or FaceTiming people, or you might want to stay off things entirely. It's completely up to you. Packed a towel, and then these are the toiletries that you might need just to make yourself feel a little more human afterwards. So we've got a toothbrush and some toothpaste. I've got some face cream here. Now this is lavender oil, but you can also bring some clary sage oil. There is sometimes the option in the delivery room that you can bring an atomizer, or you can have the choice of using essential oils. Bought some deodorant. They're all very important if you're planning to breastfeed. Nipple cream, you can get various different brands. That's just what I managed to get from Amazon. Here's some shower gel, and then also very important, a hairbrush. One thing I haven't got there is a hair tie. Don't forget a hair tie if you've got longer hair, because that is also very important. And then I know that people may think that this isn't very important, but have a plastic bag. because, you know, if you do sort of happen to leak on anything, at least that way you can put it all in the plastic bag and stick it back in your bag when you leave. So that's everything for you. That'll fit in the bag fine, won't it? Now, the other thing that you may want to pack is a dressing gown. You might want to pack a very short dressing gown or thin dressing gown, bearing in mind we are coming into summer, or you might want to pack something like a nice big or a nice long cardigan, cotton cardigan or something like that. Just something that you can put on, you know, if you need to go to the bathroom or anything like that. Right, now we get to the exciting bit. This is the bit that where we have a look at what we pack for baby. So I've gone really light here. I mean, I think for my daughter I had about 4 times the amount of this, so I've done exceptionally well. So let's have a little look and see what I've packed on the bed here. I'll go through it item by item. I have my small pack of nappies. Now, you might not need to take this many nappies because, as I said, if you're only in for a couple of hours, you're only going to need a few. If this is your first baby, I would actually say pack an extra couple of nappies. They do have them on the wards as well, but you can make a few sort of slight errors with the first few poos, so it's always worth having a few as backup. These are going to be your best friends for the next probably 3 years. These are muslin squares. They look a little manky because they have already gone through one baby, but they have all been washed on a nice high heat and they're all ready for my own baby when they arrive. You will need loads of these, and they also double up extremely usefully as handkerchiefs for older toddlers, and I would have to say also make excellent jam strainers if you ever make jam. Over here we have a little bit of nappy cream. Now, you might not want to bring nappy ointment. It's probably not the best one for a newborn, actually, really, to be perfectly honest, but it was the one that I had, so it's going in. Here we have 3 baby grows. Now, I've packed 3 baby grows because my daughter was a through pooer. We went through at least 2 going home outfits. These are quite nostalgic for me because my daughter actually came home in this outfit, and she wore this in the hospital. So I've packed those 3. They're not new or anything like that, but they've got a lot of nostalgia. And then there's a little cardigan to put on her when she leaves. Again, my daughter came home in this. My mum actually knitted that for me, as well as a little bobble hat, which I suspect at the very start of July, she is not going to want to wear. Now, for underneath, depending on how warm the day is, I have prepared myself slightly for a summer baby by packing some of these. I love a crossover vest. It might be that if it's warm or if it's colder, that I'll put one of these longer sleeved vests on the baby, or while they're in the ward, I'll just put them in one of these with a blanket over their legs. I'm going to have to play that one by ear, so I have put them in if you want to have them in as backup. And then these, of course, are just little over-the-head vests. These just go underneath the baby grow and just give baby a little bit of extra warmth if it's a bit chilly. And then over here, lastly, I have some wipes. Now, you can bring cotton wool. That's absolutely fine. Cotton wool and water works just as well as fancy wipes. But what I would say is just go for something that, like water wipes or something like that, that are just nice and pure on baby's skin. You will need to have your car seat with you, so do please be aware that that is quite a vital item. Some people like to fit them weeks before the baby arrives, and some people like us like to play it by ear and pop the car seat in with the baby in it when they get in the car. You might have an Isofix base, in which case it's definitely a good idea to get the Isofix base fitted before you go into labour. I have to say, it's all going in very, very easily. Here is proof that you can pack lightly for a hospital bag, and I bet you a lot of you are looking at this going, are you kidding me, my hospital bag was half that size. This for me is an absolute miracle. Now, here are the other things that I had actually left out, which I thought I should add. So one is, don't forget your blue notes. One of our co-chairs did remind me as well, earphones are extremely useful. They do ask when you're on the ward if you are, FaceTiming. Well, try not to keep FaceTiming to antisocial hours, but try and do it on headphones as well so you don't disturb people if you're on one of the 4-bay wards. And this is a little confusing because you'll say, why have you packed an empty jar? Well, imagine that this is full of colostrum. You might have been harvesting colostrum and you might want to take some with you to the hospital. So I would like you to use your imagination and believe that this is a jar of liquid gold colostrum. So there you are. So there are a few added extras. If you are having a home birth, of course, or if you're going to the maternity led unit, things might be a little bit different, but you still might want to have this bag packed for you, or you might want to have it in a box, which will be more easily accessible. So do think that through if you're going to be having a home birth or if you're going to be going to the to one of the MLUs. One thing that we have seen that we really, really like that people have been doing is rather than packing one bag, they've actually packed 3 bags. So they have basically split their hospital bag in 3. One bag will go with them when they go into labour. Then that bag will get taken downstairs and back into the car by their birth partner and will be swapped for the second bag, which will then be taken up for them to the postnatal ward. That will have everything in there for the baby and for mum to get showered and washed, etc., and changed afterwards. And then they'll have a third bag, which will be an overflow bag that they will keep in the car if that is needed. So that's a really nice option if you don't want to take everything in one bag or you'd prefer things to be a bit more organised. I was going to say the one thing that I really did leave off as well on this list, which I felt I really needed to record this and make very, very clear, it was a great thing to have, is lip salve. Because hospitals can get quite dry, they can get quite hot, but also if you're using gas and air, it can be really useful to have lip salve because you can put that on in between taking puffs. It does dry your lips out quite a lot. That's everything that you might want to pack in a hospital bag. There will be items that you will want to pack that are extra, and there will be items that you feel you don't need in that hospital bag. It's entirely up to you. Those are just some ideas to get you going. And for those of you who maybe were thinking of packing a suitcase, just to give you some ideas that you can pack light. You can do it. These are unusual times. They are not the most ideal times to necessarily be having a baby. However, you are in the best of good hands coming and having your baby in Oxfordshire. So I cannot tell you how wonderful our midwives and our obstetrics team are. So you are, as I said, in really good hands. If you like this video, or if you feel that there's anything that I've missed out that you'd like to add, I'm sure that this will be the first of many extremely high production value hospital bag films that I will be making, because things, as you know, are changing all the time. But if you feel there's anything that I've left out, or that you feel that you just want to say, hey, I really enjoyed that, please do get back to us or comment below or follow our YouTube channel. We've got some really amazing things going on at the moment on the MVP Facebook site. Really exciting stuff. So it's really worth following us. And good luck. I hope to see lots and lots of pictures of all of these babies that are going to be born in the next few weeks, the next 6 months. I just wish you all the best. And you never know, I might be seeing you all at some mum and baby groups soon, hopefully when this lockdown is lifted. Bye bye.